salut à tous et à Cove, on est là pour la Réact de la 3.3 qui est en ce moment live mais un peu de retard, donc on essaie de rattraper un peu pendant les codes. Donc c'est parti. Pourquoi c'est... Depuis quand Genshin c'est un jeu d'horreur? Wow.
Were you scared? Who goes there?
So, is there really a ghost around here? Why does Paimon have a feeling that it's staring right at us? Are you talking to me?
Mais aujourd'hui savent que Halloween c'est fini, genre... D'accord. Oh, Dotoré.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
Ah.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabuki Mono will cease to exist.
Intégration de Scaramouche dans l'histoire.
Dottore. Dottore. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Stylé.
Squall and Fury. You dare to gaze upon me?
Oh, il est vraiment stylé, hein. Oh la vache. Moi j'apprécie, hein. Faruzan. Une archère. Encore.
Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
All sense clear, all existent void. Tous les sens nettoient toute... Ok, premier code. Voilà, jusqu'à 23 h, donc il faudra faire extrêmement vite. Donc on va passer.
Genshin Impact. And today I'm joined by
Max, the one and only middleman, voice of the one and only Arataki.
Ok, donc là c'est parti pour
le
blabla.
Voice of the Wanderer. But up until now, travelers have only known me as Scaramouche, and
c'est ça, tous les sens.
Yeah, that's true. But
ok, ouais, tous les sens nettoient toute l'existence.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm super excited to have the chance to share some upcoming content with everyone.
Ok.
What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action.
Yeah.
Je passe un peu ce qu'ils font du blabla inutile. Ouais, ça c'est surtout sur Scaramouche qu'on a envie de voir parce que vraiment ça va être très intéressant de voir comment il va devenir un allié. On peut dire ça.
So I bet the question everyone's wanting to
know
is
how
he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest interlude chapter, Inversion of Genesis.
Genèse inversée. Donc ça c'est la quête, l'histoire principale.
Oh, come on, man. You can't just leave everyone hanging like that. How about some hints? Come on, please. Please.
All right. How can I say no to a cute chibi-ito?
You can't.
Here's a little preview from the quest.
Ok. Ok, lire Minsoul.
I ran into two people at the academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most
ça va être très intéressant cette quête avec Scaramouche. Vraiment, moi, quelque chose que j'attendais.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Ok, ça c'est la bonne Naïda. Ouais, réellement.
Wait, why are they talking about Tatarasuna?
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting though to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh, interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking sharp.
C'est vrai que le bleu, c'est plutôt stylé.
Right. And at this point, he's known by a completely
Même s'il est de type Anemo.
The Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves.
Ok.
3.3. So,
pardon.
The Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character
Ça,
in
on sait que c'est un
version 3.3.
personnage.
So, let's talk about that. I'm sure many of our viewers are curious about his talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing.
C'est vrai.
Let's have a look at the Wanderer in combat. There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence. The wind rises.
Bon, il attaque à mi-distance déjà. Pète dans les airs.
Bow your head.
Il y a des zones AOE en outil. D'accord.
All right, Patrick, you're up. Help introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user.
Ok,
and
un
has
catalyseur.
animal vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged
Ça, on avait
normal
vu.
attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's wind blade, though.
Okay.
So, as everyone probably already noticed, the Wanderer can hover in the air when he casts his elemental
D'accord,
skill.
computer immédiat permet
Upon
de
using
donc
his
de voler.
elemental skill, he will first deal AoE
Fait des dégâts de
damage
zone
before
avant de
leaping
sauter
into
dans les
the
airs et de
air
flotter.
and entering a hovering state. So, while
Ok.
hovering, the Wanderer's
La flotte et la taille normale
normal and
chargée sont
charged
converties
attacks
respectivement,
converted into
bien sûr.
Kugo, Fushudan, and Kugu Tofukai respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE
Leurs dégâts et leurs zones d'effet sont augmentés. Oh,
their
nice.
damage will be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively.
C'est les mêmes que les attaques normales chargées.
Not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
D'accord, il reste pendant une certaine période, ça consomme pas de... Ça consomme pas de... d'endurance.
Can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes
Ah ouais.
Kugeryoku points to
État de
maintain
flotter.
his
Ah oui,
hovering
c'est aussi,
state,
bah aussi
which
finalement
is
on
the
voit
blue
tout.
meter you see on the
Pas la
screen.
jauge bleue.
Even
Ah
if
mais
he
c'est une jauge
doesn't
propre à lui.
move or attack, hovering will still consume
Ouais, même si
Kugeryoku
voilà,
points.
même si on bouge pas, ça consomme quand
So
même.
this mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter.
Mais moi c'est
There
cool
are
pour
many
traverser
possible
certaines
actions
zones.
the
Ce
Wanderer
perso
can
est très
perform
utile.
while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kugeryoku points rather than stamina. So, for example, sprinting mid-air will
Sprinter en
consume
l'air consomme
additional Kugeryoku
ouais,
points
plus
to
du
accelerate
Kugeryoku
mid-air,
pour
and
accélérer.
holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption
D'accord,
to
et
maintain
maintenir le
speed.
bouton, ça
So,
consomme
this effect
comme
will
courir
replace
quoi.
his default sprint.
C'est une autre
Jumping
barre
spends
d'endurance
extra
propre à lui
Kugeryoku
quoi.
points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kugeryoku point
Phase de
consumption
montée.
to keep increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Ouais, ça bon.
Okay, so travelers need to
C'est
plan
pas dur
their
à comprendre.
actions while hovering.
Exactly. So, with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that instance of the skill will
L'effet de
receive a
renforcement selon
corresponding
l'effet
buff
concerne.
effect,
D'accord.
depending on which element was
Quand
contacted.
c'est la fin de la compétence
So, for
inventaire.
example, increasing his Kugeryoku points cap,
Soit augmenter la durée du
attack,
Kugeryoku,
crit rate, or
augmenter son
restoring the set
attaque,
amount of
restaurer une
energy
quantité
upon hitting
d'énergie en
opponents
touchant des ennemis avec
with
des
a
attaques
normal
normales
or
chargées.
charged
D'accord.
attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of
Il
these
peut avoir
buffs
deux types d'effets en même temps.
simultaneously.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ça, c'est pas mal.
check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color
Le
depending on
bleu,
the buffs
le
he
champ
gets.
en fonction du
So
renforcement
travelers will be
obtenu.
able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently has.
I like that. It's helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So, after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a
D'accord.
set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint mid-air
Sprinter dans un
without
sans consommer de
consuming
Kugeryoku.
Kugeryoku points.
Il a l'air très pété quand même, ce nomade.
Oh, dope. I'm sure extra buff effects like that will go a long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate when that buff effect is triggered.
Oui, ça on le voit, les petites flèches.
Cool.
Qui
I
montent vers
love
le haut.
all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
All right, this brings us to the Wanderer's elemental burst.
Ah.
Yay!
So, check this out. Upon unleashing his burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy. So, travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state,
S'il est en état de flottaison quand il fait son ulti.
then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending.
D'accord, il sort de cet état, d'accord.
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
I know, and it actually suits his character.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Un
Ah,
titu.
yes. This is an interesting one.
Ok,
The
ça c'est
Wanderer
son
can
arme.
decrease the mora required
Produire
when
les moras
ascending
nécessaires à
both
l'élévation
paths.
des arcs et des
Hey,
catalyseurs.
now, you can never
Oh.
complain about saving Mora, am I right?
Okay, that's true. All right, now that we've seen the Wanderer, let's move on to the next new
Ah,
character.
c'est ça que moi je veux.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? I'm ready. Yeah.
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam, Faruzan, and I'll see if I can pick that up.
Oh, ok, elle est orgueilleuse.
What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
Oh,
D'accord.
sassy.
Yeah, and smart too.
Ça doit être le personnage
She's
casse-couille.
so awesome.
She's fun.
I wonder what her skirt's made
I know, her design is so cool and really detailed. I love it.
So, even though she looks super young, she's actually an old person? Like, where's my teeth?
Well,
Okay.
she's not that old.
I
Oh,
don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Faruzan's age is probably still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
But let's call him the Wanderer, Sarah. Please.
Okay, you know who I meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right, yeah, no, and speaking of age, isn't the Traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
That's
Ils ont tous un
true.
âge mystérieux
It
en vrai.
looks like all of our characters are intriguing. But it's safe to say that Faruzan is
Enfin,
way older than most people in
Certains,
Tibet.
on sait que c'est des enfants, mais...
Faruzan works in the academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So, I bet everyone
D'accord, elle
out
a
there
plus
is
de 100 ans.
wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed with long life, you know? Like Klee?
No, she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well, maybe not so typical. About 100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries.
D'accord.
The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty
Alors
amazing.
pourquoi elle revient? C'est ça la question.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years.
Ah,
She
voilà.
eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Can you imagine being trapped in a puzzle for 100 years? Wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century.
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means
Ça
of
fait, je la
drumming
vois-
up support for her ideas.
Je la vois bien, genre j'écoute, mais je la vois bien, genre...
Complained about for using her seniority rather than sympathy for her
Où elle est là en mode,
experience
hey,
being trapped
vous
in
savez que ce truc-là permet de faire ça et t'as toujours envie de faire.
I know,
Oui,
right?
c'est
Okay,
le truc
so
basique.
now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Alors j'espère on aura une quête histoire avec elle par rapport à ça.
100 years have passed, yet there
hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the academia. Dare to mess with me?
Ok, truc d'air, qu'attire. Multi. Qui fait des AO d'air.
I love all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's so much geometry, and I took geometry.
It looks so cool.
Ah, yeah.
So Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon.
Ça on a
Her
vu.
normal attacks are the usual bow attacks you'd expect from a bow user, so there's not too much to say about that.
Merci.
But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a
C'est pas un
polyhedron that deals
polyhedron qui a fait des
damage
dégâts
to
aux
enemies.
ennemis.
After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack
D'accord,
that
ça renforce
creates a
le
vortex,
prochain tir visé.
pulling nearby objects and opponents in.
Oh, nice. So she can clump enemies together.
Qui crée un
And there's
vortex qui
also another thing
ramène
about
les
her
amis.
special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member,
Ça donne touche un
it'll
ennemi ou un
apply a
allié,
mark
une arrête
and
appliquée
create a
avec un
vortex
vortex
after
après
a
un
short
coup instant.
delay.
D'accord.
Okay. So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode.
En multijoueur. Vous savez le multijoueur que le jeu ne veut pas développer plus que ça quoi. C'est cool quand on voit ça fait des... réduit la résistance à émo de l'ennemi ici. D'accord. Il plein un polyèdre qui lance une impulsion de tourbillon. Le buisson bouge façon continue sur une trajectoire en triangle. Ouais, on voit. Tu vois qu'il a une des points. Ça, on a vu.
Polygon for 100 years. Bada boom.
Ces moments gênants.
It was pretty funny.
All right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo
La résistance à
resistance.
émo
It
diminue,
will
d'accord.
also apply an animo damage buff
Un
effect
bonus de dégâts
to
émo aux
all
membres de
nearby
l'équipe.
party members when it's
Ouais.
unleashed.
Donc il faut jouer avec des persos émo. Le dé est assez là et n'est pas limité à l'impulsion opérée en elle-même. Pas besoin de poursuit polyèdre, mais il faut laisser les ennemis dans ce triangle. D'accord. Qui fait des dégâts dégâts infligés au membre en fonction de la taille actuelle de Faruzan. D'accord. Et on peut pas le dire tout le temps, il y a un certain temps même. Ah ouais, ça fait pour ça, il y a un truc pour elle. Des récompenses supplémentaires sur les expéditions de 20 heures.
Yeah, I gotta say that's pretty hard to beat. So the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
That is a good question. Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes.
Ok, les bannières. En
En
première phase, on a Faruzan, le voyageur, Ito. C'est merveilleux. En partie 2, on a Shogun Raiden et Kamisato Ayato. Que j'ai déjà, je vois pas l'intérêt de poule. Bien sûr, la nouvelle arme, le nouveau catalyseur 5 étoiles de Scaramouche. De nouveaux sets d'artefacts sont en dispo. De nouveaux donjons. Bah, il y en a un, ça sera pour Scaramouche, et l'autre pour Faruzan. Je suis sûr.
Sounds good.
Ok, prochain code. Wouhou. Ok. Je vous laisse noter, hein. De toute façon, vous pouvez mettre en pause. Ok, le test de bravoure, donc ça c'est le truc un peu jeu d'horreur là, le petit côté.
You must be here to participate in the test of courage. I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up.
D'accord.
Some strange and unusual things may occur along
Donc ça c'est le Halloween du retard. Hein.
Feel you can't handle it, you may withdraw from the event at any time. This is your last chance. I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the test of courage. Enter at your own risk.
D'accord.
That was pretty interesting.
Bon, y a des primogèmes à gagner.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test of courage, so I'm sure there'll be some scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a
Des
series
petits
of
tests.
little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right. Word has it that if you walk around the test of courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction. Basically, travelers will have to control
de rencontrer une barre rebondissante pour faire... Ah, c'est... oui. Utiliser les éléments nécessaires pour casser. D'accord.
During the game, travelers will be able to trigger elemental reactions to break
Réaction élémentaire pour casser le bloc plus efficacement.
Nice. It even has elemental reactions.
Yeah.
C'est stylé en vrai.
We can control the character to move the bar. When the
D'accord,
character we're using
oui,
is
le
either
perso
pyro,
avait la barre.
hydro, cryo, or electro,
Et puis hydro et cryo, l'effet correspond. Ah oui. D'accord, la barre correspond selon l'élément du perso. Ça a l'air sympa. Ça me rappelle les vieux jeux comme ça sur PC. Je sais plus c'était quoi le nom exact. Moi j'aimais beaucoup à l'époque quand on était gamin, c'était le petit kiff ça.
The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element and it hits the bar, it will also trigger a reaction, causing the skill ball to have some additional effects.
Même là, les petits tirs.
When preparing your team, you can equip
Préparer pour occuper des modifications. Par différents bonus, ça on connaît.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there are less than a certain amount of bricks on the board, and the ball lands another hit, the bar will unleash fireworks.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's like a bonus attack.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use their points to exchange for rewards in the event shop, correct?
That's right. Also, travelers will have the option of teaming up and playing the event together in co-op.
Faire qu'un entre eux jouer l'événement
Looks like a lot of fun.
Sympa.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, in addition to this minigame, the Test of Courage storyline will also
Et aussi
contain more challenges.
l'histoire du truc, c'est vrai.
Au
revoir de bons amis. Donc on a vu Vito, là on va dire le Sherlock Holmes, si on peut dire ça, je sais plus son nom.
Okay, so next up,
Ah, ils ont passé
we have a race
vite.
event called Across the Wilderness.
Un événement de course. Collecter des ballons. Oh putain.
Seems like the Wanderer's abilities might come in.
Ouais, je vois ce que j'allais dire.
So, in this event, each stage will have wilderness balloons scattered all around. Travelers will need to find as many wilderness balloons as
Maximum dans le
possible
temps à ta partie.
within the time limit to earn increasingly better rewards. So, during the challenge, travelers will
Ah, il
be
y a
able to
40,
utilize
il y a
their
marqué
character's
40, il y a un
skills
nombre
and
limité, quoi.
talents. So, it'll be important to assemble the right team depending on the traits and terrain of the challenge area.
Oh,
D'accord.
Yeah, so travelers can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various
Ça pour
buffs,
avoir différents
which
bonus.
include enhanced jumping capabilities,
Capacité de s'améliorer,
increased
vitesse
movement
accrue,
speed,
endurance
or
illimitée, on connaît.
unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you can only claim one buff during each challenge. You must consume blessed energy to use the compass and gain the selected buff. You may charge the compass up by finding wilderness balloons or interacting with blessed energy in the challenge. Or you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Yo, this event looks pretty crazy. It's almost
Ça
like
peut être
watching
sympa à faire.
parkour.
Yeah, there are two different kinds of wilderness balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons. The other kind is sonar balloons,
Ah bah
which will
sonar.
cause
Ah de
several
sonar, ouais,
harvest
ok.
balloons to appear around you
Peut
for a
faire
set
apparaître
amount of
d'autres
time.
trucs.
That's That's awesome.
pendant un cours
So
ensemble.
there will be 5 stages available for this event,
Ok,
and
5 niveaux.
travelers will need to consider the conditions and terrain of each stage
Prendre en
to come up with
condition.
the
Bah
best way
après
to
c'est assez
complete.
bien indiqué
Also,
de ce côté.
travelers may team up in co-op mode for challenges.
Ooh, more chances to play together. I love it.
Yeah, same.
Et on peut jouer à plusieurs.
Okay, let's move on to our next event.
Everyone's favorite game of hide and seek is back with the
Ah,
event.
l'événement de
And of
cache-cache,
course, this is
c'était
going to
sympa
be
ça.
another
Moi avec
co-op
des amis, on y a
event.
joué
And I, for
ensemble,
one, am
c'était drôle.
super excited for it.
There's nothing like a good co-op. Many of you might already be familiar with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what
Alors,
travelers
qu'est-ce
can
qu'on va avoir
expect
de
to
nouveau?
see this time around. We can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players either hide or seek. And then...
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new
Oh
travelers out
non,
there
mais
who've
non,
never
mais tout le
seen
monde
this
l'a
event
vu.
before. So,
Arrêtez de réexpliquer
why
des
don't you
events
start
qu'on
with some of the
connaît.
basics?
Right, good point. Okay, let's start at the beginning then.
J'aime
This
bien
is
comment
a
certains
game
trucs
with
qui
a
stoppent
long history
et d'autres non.
on step.
Genre ils disent
Travelers
ah
will
mais
be
oui
split into
vous
two
savez comment ça
different
fonctionne là ils font ah bon il y en a peut-être bah il y en a
You will
peut-être
need
ils
to
connaissaient
use
pas avant.
skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win
Donc
this
ouais
event.
vous avez le prop
The
hunt.
goal of the hunter is to capture all the
Waouh,
rebels.
merci
Rebels
d'expliquer
run
un
or use
cache-cache.
other means to keep themselves from getting caught by the hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So what else you got for us?
Ah oui bouge bien devant.
Some
genre.
travelers may remember playing as the rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing.
Et voilà.
But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match even in observer
observateurs.
mode.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the illusory beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse
Hasard pour dire
the
chasseur en
hunter.
ailleurs.
If your beacon
Ça fonctionne pas.
successfully tricks the hunter and is destroyed, then the hunter will suffer an
Ouais, ça
obscured
obscure.
vision effect.
So even after you've been captured, you can be like a little ghost trying to help your teammates by disrupting the hunter.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And at least you won't have to sit there and just watch the rest of the match anymore.
C'est vrai.
Exactly, but what does the hunter get this time? I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Some new windward arts have been added.
Ils vont
for
être
both
ajoutés
the
pour le
hunter
chasseur.
and the rebels.
Autant pour le chasseur
The
les
hunter
rebelles.
will now be able to use the hunter's net.
Un
This
filet de
net
chasseur.
can be thrown and will remove any rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the hunter that a rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net, it will be destroyed, and the hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice.
D'accord.
So I guess if you love playing hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. The skill rebels used in previous versions of the game to place beacons can now only be used by players in observer mode.
Ah utilisé en tant
However,
qu'observateur.
the rebels will be able to use
Ah,
an all-new
technique, balise et vanne,
concealing
ça.
beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a
Passer
set
une balise pour une
duration
certaine
and
durée.
remain invisible while you're
Rester
around.
invisible tant que vous êtes à proximité.
All players, including your rebel teammates, will be unable to see you
D'accord.
while you're
Personne
invisible.
pourra nous voir.
If the concealing beacon is destroyed by the hunter,
Ah mais
then
le
the
truc
hunter will
de
have
ouais il
their
peut la
vision
détruire.
obscured for a short time.
Elle
Sounds
sera
pretty fun,
obstruée.
huh?
Ok. Et s'il a
Yeah.
détruit le
Yeah,
chasseur,
so even
sa
if you
vision sera
end up being
obstruée.
captured by the hunter at the start of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And did I mention primo gems and other rewards?
Bah oui.
Ah, the good stuff. So be sure to check it out.
On connaît.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends. Okay, our next event is a combat-based event.
Time for some combat!
Whoop, whoop.
In a forbidden place warded by dust and sand, mysterious foes have assembled
Un
lines
donjon.
of fortifications
Style dungeon,
to
tu dis.
stop your coming.
Ooh.
That's right, a new edition of
Ligne de
Mystic
front,
Dungeon
cité
will arrive in
perdue.
version
Ligne de front,
3.3.
ça me dit plus.
Sweet. But this time around, there will be a total of 7 trials with
Cette
different themes
épreuve,
awaiting
ok.
you in the Misty Dungeon. Each has a different ley line disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their teams according to the disorder's effects and the distribution of
L'effet des
enemies.
ennemis et
There will
peut-être
also
des
be trial characters for you to select from as well.
personnages d'essai comme à chaque
After
level.
entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete 3 challenges to collect ancient runes. After collecting power from 3 ancient runes, we can power up the control array and proceed to the final challenge. Also, throughout the trial, additional benediction mechanisms and challenges will appear.
Ok, soit
Travelers may
classique.
choose to interact with these to increase the ley line disorder's effects or
Réanimer sur leur-
revive and
ok.
heal your team.
You know, if it were up to me, I'd say just go for all the challenges.
I know, but travelers should keep in mind that the challenge objective for each trial might be different. So be sure to check the objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning primo
Primo
gems
gem,
and
le
other various
classique.
prizes. Yes.
Ooh, I like prizes.
And last but not least, version 3.3 will also have
Reflux
leyline
des lignes
overflow
énergétiques qui revient.
events. Travelers can look forward to saving their resin and earning more Mora and experience books.
Nice, that's awesome. That'll be great for all the travelers out there still leveling up all their new characters. And even if you don't need those resources now, it's always good to stock up and have more on hand, am I right?
Yeah. So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff.
In addition to the new
Clairement, c'est
version's
pas ça
limited
qui
time
me permet
events,
d'utiliser la
version
nouvelle au perso.
3.3 will also be adding a new
Ah,
permanent game mode
le jeu de
called
cartes.
Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG!
But before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Ouais. Ok. Troisième code. On va avancer. En plus, là, je rattrape le live.
We've stumbled across several NPCs talking about a game called Genius
Ouais, c'est vrai qu'il y avait des gens
Invocation
qui en
TCG.
parlaient. Dans Entrepôt 2, ils en parlent.
We'll introduce this card game that's been taking to bat by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already
C'est dans
revealed
3.
that Genius
Pour le programme
Invocation
spécial 3. Ils avaient
TCG
annoncé.
card game where
Ils avaient
we
montré
challenge
à quoi ça
various
ressemblait.
characters and
Des
NPCs
cartes,
or battle against
un
your friends.
Hearthstone-like,
There
hein.
is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
Ok.
Oh, what a name.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the Ibis King. During the match, the Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
D'accord.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Nice. Hang on, is it just me, or does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
You're right. It turns out that JEU Publishing House is about to release a hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay,
Okay.
now this is starting to sound like a plug for JEU Publishing House.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation TCG is a game where you
Deck
use
de
a
cartes.
constructed deck of cards to duel against an opponent. The objective is to defeat all of your
Coup
opponent's
de carte de
character
personnage de
cards.
votre adversaire.
That's right.
Also, there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact's gameplay. So it
Malheureusement.
shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
Yup, a constructed deck must contain character cards.
Des cartes de
And as you might
personnages.
expect, these character cards
Attaque
have
normale,
a normal
compétent,
attack,
et déchaînement
elemental
élémentaire.
skill,
D'accord.
And an elemental burst. So when a character card deals
Quelqu'un
elemental
inflige
damage
des
to
dégâts
an
élémentaires à un
enemy,
ennemi,
it will
il
cause
est
them
affecté
to be
par l'élément
affected by
concerne.
that element. Then you can switch to a
Peut changer de
character
carte
card of a
perso d'un
different
élément
element
différent et
and
utiliser
use
ses
their
capacités
abilities
pour
to
déclencher une
trigger
réaction
an
élémentaire.
elemental reaction.
Wait, did you guys notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, like, just the monsters from the game?
Bah oui.
You're really getting into this, Max.
Heck yeah, I am! I like card games!
Who doesn't?
So in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each
D'accord.
round, both you and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice.
8
Each of these
éléments.
elemental dice can have any one of 8 elemental
Il
attributes.
peut avoir un des 8
Hold
éléments.
on, but there's only 7 elements in the world of Tavad.
You're right. So in addition to the 7 standard
Un autre
elements,
appelé Omni.
there's also one
Oh, ça
called the
va annoncer
Omni element.
des prochains
The
personnages
elemental
de
dice
type
required
Omni.
for a character card to perform an action correspond to the character's element. So, for example, a pyro character like D-Luke needs either pyro
Ah non, le
or
dé
Omni
Omni, c'est-
elemental dice
ça
to
concerne tout le
perform
monde.
an action. Clear now?
Yep, crystal clear.
Also, elemental dice can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the
D'accord.
potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While playing Genius Invocation TCG, travelers can earn player
Ça a
experience,
quand même assez
which will
compliqué.
increase your player level.
Peuvent
As your level
augmenter un niveau de
increases,
joueur.
you'll be able to
Modifier
challenge more
davantage de personnages
characters
et
and
PNJ.
NPCs. By completing challenges,
Sur un défi,
you
vous
may
devez
earn
nous-
lucky coins,
donc on a des
new
jetons de
cards,
champ,
or
de
other
nouvelles cartes ou
rewards.
d'autres récompenses.
Lucky coins
Des
can
primos
be
aussi, je vais voir.
exchanged in the event shop for cards, or can
D'accord.
even unlock dynamic skins for certain cards.
Dynamic skins?
Illustration
Those
dynamique,
are
c'est les
cards
cartes
that have moving
légendaires.
illustrations, right?
That's right. All character cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool
Le
bonus
super animation
animation
s'affiche.
whenever you
Oh,
cast
c'est
that
stylé.
character's elemental burst.
Cool.
And if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll even
Ça va,
unlock
ça,
the
merde,
matchmaking
excusez-moi.
mode.
Ça va me rappeler sur Hearthstone quand t'as tes amis qui veulent te duel comme ça, alors que toi t'es en mode, laisse-moi tranquille en fait.
Won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax. It's all just for fun.
Il n'y a pas de classement, hein. Sachez-le, ils veulent pas mettre de classement de PVP ou quoi que ce soit. C'est vraiment sur ça, ils sont à fond.
So, what did you
Ils
think?
veulent pas.
Why does it have to be over? There's so much that this
Il n'y a
version
pas
has to
de
offer.
histoire secondaire, histoire de personnages.
Super stoked to be part of this. I think I just gained some Kuguryoku points just doing this whole thing, so.
Ça c'est un peu dommage. Hein.
Man, the new characters look cool.
I know, what about Scaramouche hovering? Like, that's
I
insane.
know, that's awesome.
That's super dope.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And I cannot wait to play in some of these events and mini games. I'm super excited. This was so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do the special program together.
I'm so happy I
Il
got
est
to
très
come
court
back
ce
for
programme
another
spécial, il n'y a pas grand chose hein,
This
par
is
rapport à
my
d'habitude.
third time being on one of these, and I can't wait for number 4. I'm counting.
I'm so happy. This is my first one, so thank you
En vrai,
for having me.
on va pas se mentir, je pense qu'il y a que l'histoire principale qui est intéressant avec Scaramouche. Le reste, ça a
I
l'air...
really do. Thank you.
On va le faire pour les primos et tout, mais...
I think this is the end of our special
Mais ça va pas être
program,
le gros
so
truc de ouf.
I
Après,
hope
ça peut être une
everyone
surprise,
enjoyed
mais
it,
ça m'étonne.
and we'll see you in game. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Ok,
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
et je pense que c'est fini. Ouais, il y a que l'histoire de Scaramouche qui m'a un peu branché. Le reste m'a pas l'air ouf par rapport à ça. Donc, parce que bon, bah, si... attendez, je mets ça, mais... Bon, on a l'histoire de Scaramouche avec les persos. Je veux dire, même pour elle, pour Faruzan, qui retourne dans la vie active 100 ans après, en sortant des ruines, et qu'il n'y a rien. Bah voilà quoi, genre, c'est un peu bizarre si on peut dire ça. C'est un peu bizarre qu'il n'y ait pas d'histoire secondaire, pourtant j'ai rien raté du tout, hein. Donc bien sûr, bah, la première bannière, moi perso je vais pull que la phase 1 hein, pour avoir Scaramouche et bon bah Faruzan, j'imagine que je l'aurai. Mais même ça, ce truc là, bon il y a une petite histoire, mais j'ai plus l'impression que c'est juste ça en fait. Donc à voir par rapport à la suite. Et après bah ça ces petits événements qu'on va torcher en 1 heure chacun et on revoit plus du tout quoi. Donc voilà. J'espère bon que moi personnellement je sois pris dans le programme des créateurs ou le partenariat de Genshin. Sachez que je suis depuis la 3.0, donc ça fait 3 fois que j'ai été pris. J'espère une 4e fois. Donc voilà, en tout cas sinon de base je ferai les lives dessus sur Genshin par rapport à tout ça, mais voilà, et c'est tout. Voilà. Par rapport à cette 3.3, ça sera juste ça, ça sera que ça. Donc on fera, je pense on pourra faire tout ça sur un gros live, un truc comme ça, au moins ça sera cool. En plus j'imagine il va y avoir des drops comme à chaque fois. Donc voilà, c'était la réact de la 3.3, de cette petite 3.3 de pas grand chose. J'espère que la vidéo vous a plu. En tout cas, je remercie à tous ceux qui me suivent sur les réacts et sur celle de Genshin aussi. Et voilà, et n'hésitez pas à me suivre sur cette chaîne, à vous abonner ou à me suivre sur les autres réseaux. Comme ça, au moins, ça permet que vous soyez au courant d'un peu de tout concernant YouTube, Twitch, etc. Donc, voilà, je vous retiens pas plus longtemps, je vous remercie encore, et je vous dis à la prochaine sur ce ciao, à plus, et merci.